Right, motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call It podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host, X. I'm here with my brother from another mother, Dub. What's happening?
What's happening, my brother?
Hey, man, you know what it is.
We are back again on another Friday night for episode number 78.
Yes, sir.
First things first, my brother. We do have a shot, so
Okay.
let's do that.
All right, let me.
Cheers. What's the cheers to?
We gonna cheers back to being in Dallas again?
Hey, cheers back to being home. Y'all take a shot out there. Hey, my brother. First things first, what's in your glass?
I feel like you skipped the whole portion.
Oh. Well, welcome to the 2 Cent You Call It podcast. You can catch us on YouTube at the 2 Cent You Call It podcast. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can see every single time we post. Also, for your listening pleasure, whenever I get around to it, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Listen out to your eardrums every single week.
Yeah.
Now, what's in your glass, brother?
I am drinking on a cognac champagne.
Okay.
Probably for the last time this year.
In 4 years.
Depending on how this bullshit go out of here. I'm just gonna put some Texan soda on top of that.
Okay.
And sip that. For now, I might throw some pineapple juice in there a little bit later too. What's in your glass, my brother?
I'm keeping it simple. Well, I'm actually gonna be, depending on how this glass looks, I might be switching between the wine that's aged in bourbon barrels and got a few different whiskeys over here. So might make another.
Look at it. Pineapple smell. If you catch me balled up in the corner, then you know what the fuck happened.
Might make another drink later in the show, depending on how this goes. If y'all can't tell, we did take a shot and a couple of drinks before we started the show. So we gonna see how this one go. Episode number 78. Brother, how was your week?
Week was cool.
We got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, we've been gone for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, well.
A week and, yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Has it been?
Yeah, because I left on the 28th. And it's the 14th.
Yeah, you're right. What happened last week?
Last week, 28th, I went.
Yeah, because we did the live.
On the 27th.
Right before you left.
Yeah.
That was a Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's why it's thrown off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I went on a cruise with my sister and her husband.
Yeah, tell me about the cruise.
It was cool, man.
Because I hope that you actually enjoyed the cruise. I hope that you actually, like, we was talking about it on the last show or on the live. If you haven't checked out episode 77, go catch it. It's live. It's a little bit of a long show, but more shenanigans.
Yeah.
So tell me about the cruise.
Cruise was cool. So we ported out of Miami. So we spent the 28th in Miami. And then on the first, it was cool. We actually ended up going to a Heat game.
Okay, I did see that. I saw that on your story.
Then we went out to the city. Most of the time, was just waiting on a damn driver and stuff. Like,
was that your first time in 305?
Yes.
Okay.
Not first time in Florida, but my first time in Miami. Actually,
Gotcha.
Well, hold on, let me see. Yeah, first time in Miami. I've done Tampa and I've done Orlando.
Okay.
But that was my first time, and then I've done Apollo Beach as well. But that was my first time in Miami.
Gotcha.
Didn't see too much of the city, besides the street that we were staying on, and then obviously downtown towards the arena.
Okay.
Prices were definitely Miami prices.
Definitely.
But we got to check out a spot my night that we stayed there. It was called the macaroni. I forgot what it's called. It's like a black owned spot though.
Okay.
But they do macaronis and stuff like that.
Nice.
Macaronis. They do macaroni, different versions of macaroni.
Yeah.
I felt like that video that you sent me, old boy, trying to say detrimental. Fucking that shit up.
I thought about us because we get to drinking and stuff, fucking some words
up. But yeah, did that. I only had 2 Lactaid pills with me. So it was used that first night.
Okay.
One was used that first night, and then the other one was like I was trying to take Pepto-Bismol and stuff like that. Shout out to y'all, give us a paycheck, and Lactaid because I was saying that
upset
shit.
stomach, not looking at it.
Yeah. So that first night we did that. I got I think it was a beef barbecue macaroni.
Okay.
And, and then I got a chicken and waffle. So they had.
Okay. So so they specialize in like different macaroni. You know, it's a place that be in the fair. It's a black owned spot that be in the state fair.
What's it called?
Can't think of it right now.
Okay, it might be. Well, I don't know if they franchising.
No. They from here.
Okay.
She went to Donna went to Carter. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's if you ever in Miami, check it out. It's got like an Afro dude on it. I forgot the name. I wish I could remember because I would have shouted them out too. But after that first night, my sister's husband, his brother actually came in town.
Okay.
Because it was the 4 of us. So my sister and her husband work for the same company.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they actually met during a work conference in New Orleans. And then they've been rocking ever since.
Nice.
So he had a +1, my sister had a +1. So I was my sister's +1. And his brother was his +1.
Gotcha.
So technically it was me and my sister to one room, and then her husband and his brother to one room.
Right.
But we just kind of switched out. So it was kind of inconvenience because her key was still to our room, and his brother's car was still to their room. So
yeah, that makes
he couldn't
sense.
get back in the room unless my sister was there or I was there.
Yeah.
So first night we got on the ship. Well, we got there the day that we actually got onto the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably about we spent probably about 12 hours just actually on the dock in Miami. And it was just like a party.
Yeah. It's like the sell off.
Sell out party and everything like that. So we go in there, and the rooms were pretty. They put the rooms together pretty fast. So we go to the room. So all right, let's go drop everything off. Get in there. It's one bed. So he's like, yeah, we asked for separate beds and stuff. He's like, oh, because I saw Shariva, I saw Xavier, so I guess we just didn't split. Like, all right, nah, that's my sister.
Yeah.
Even then, we still would have split the beds and stuff like that. So after that, we had unlimited drinks, unlimited buffet. So we just enjoyed ourselves, and they ended up splitting everything once they got everything set up for everybody else.
Okay.
So day one was just chilling on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
I don't like nobody playing with my penny. So that was cool.
Tell us where that reference is from.
That was good. Just had their onboard and sell off party and everything like that. Get back, wake up in the morning. So majority of the time, my sister and her husband, they are in workshops and all this stuff.
Right.
Essentially, it's it's just a work trip on a boat, so you can't escape. And the rest of the time is like everybody else's +1s, just sitting next to the pool or trying to find something to do.
Yeah.
It's not that great because it was a whole bunch of significant others, and you can't really tell like who's with who.
Right.
The company that my sister and her husband work for, they are very progressive.
Okay.
So you had a lot of same-sex couples.
Okay.
So you might see a woman that you'd be like, oh, like, okay.
No.
Well,
no,
okay, she has a husband, and then, okay, no, she has a wife. She has a girlfriend.
Gotcha.
So you never know what you run into. But, I mean, it's cool. And then from there, it was just various events and stuff. I actually entered into My sister, she convinced me to get into a Mr. Sexy Legs competition. That they would just try to get people involved in, and nobody was joining. And then at the, I was like, all right, let me just get in it because nobody else is getting in. Yeah. So like, all right, let me get out of my shell and just try to have fun.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad.
My sister told me, all right, before we get on this boat, this is a work trip.
she had the conversation, the mama conversation before we get in the stove.
Don't get in there.
Before we get in the stove, don't ask for shit. Don't take shit.
Don't touch shit. We're on there. She just like because I asked like, what's the work attire and everything like that.
I said don't ask for shit.
And so I mean I was dressed appropriately and stuff, and I was like, oh, we can wear so I can wear my knees out and everything. She's like, yeah, that's cool, as long as you ain't running through in the Speedo and everything like that. Because let me tell you something, it was some women on this ship. Had the gams out. And I was like, God,
cakes.
And then she had a girlfriend, so I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, both of y'all.
So yeah, I got into Mr. Sexy Legs. I got second in that one.
Okay. You should have kicked whoever was first in the knee.
No. All right. So
legs second.
I tell you, it's very progressive. So I thought it was just just walking, just showing off your legs. I got the calves and everything. Shout out to Joe, who always fucking with me when I have my fucking calf muscles out and shit. Shout out to Harbor Tavern. So I'm just showing it off, and they was like, "Oh no, just get up there and you start dancing." And stuff. I was like, "I thought we just walking," but nah, they start dancing. So
I want to tell you, brother, that on that last sip I almost died, and I was trying not to make a scene. I was trying not to make a scene on the show because I didn't want to. I almost died on that last sip. Go ahead, though.
Okay, I'm sorry, my brother. At least I'm not coughing too. So
I was like, shit, this shit is stuck.
Hey, my brother, show must go on.
Hey.
So y'all getting this real rap raw. So
no edits.
We we doing that. So it's progressive. So it's a member of the other community.
Okay.
And he rolled his shorts up and everything. It started. I was like, I can't compete with this. He had nipple rings. I was like, I can't compete with nipple rings. And he just going for the gusto. I'm like, oh my God, I can't compete with this.
I just got legs.
Yeah.
That's all I can give you.
So they was like, you just need to do something. So it was an older white lady. I was like, it was 3 women that was part of the company.
What I'm gonna do is inappropriate. So
I would. We done been on MLK together, brother. You done got calls about me. I don't give a fuck. So it's 3 female judges. I'm like, which one of y'all is married? They were like, oh, none of us are married and stuff. So I just went for the closest white lady that was judging. They were all white.
Gave a little laugh.
And I just gave a little grind and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, cool.
She gave you a 10, huh?
She did. So I made it to the second round. It was probably about 8 of us made it to the second round. And it's like, all right, let's do it again. And then here he come again, just going out for it.
Hands on
I was
knees.
like, I can't compete with this shit. I fucking hit the you got served. How the head just like, I ain't got no moves for this. I'm not about to. I was like, no. My sister is looking at me like, go for it, go for it. I was like, no,
ma'am,
no,
ma'am,
because I'm not about to get you and me in trouble.
Cause look,
I roll this. I'll just slap somebody in the face.
Out the side. Slip out. Ball Johnson.
So we got that, and then give it up for what? And they was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, give it up for this. I was like, oh, yeah. Give it up for nipple rings. Well, his name wasn't Nipple Rings, but that's all I remember is he had nipple rings. So he got the. I was like, yeah, I know I'm not getting that. Because I think he actually worked for the company too. So people knew who he was.
Okay. That makes sense too.
And I was like, all right, cool. So they ended up giving me what did I forgot what they gave me.
Oh, you got a gift? Like a prize?
Yeah, they gave me something. Obviously it wasn't nothing crazy because I'm blanking on what the fuck it was. So we were going around. So on the ship they had a whole bunch of stuff. They had a casino.
Okay.
And then they actually had a bar that did karaoke like every night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
that's usually how it is on a cruise ship.
So they did that, and me and my sister was in there. My sister's huge on karaoke, so we were in there.
Shut up.
Shut up. I said shut up. But me being the drinker that I am, if I have free alcohol, unlimited alcohol, I was drinking entirely way too much.
It's over.
Lost my whole voice. So every night I went in there, I had no voice and stuff. So I got up there. First night, I think I did Ed Sheeran.
Okay. Thinking out loud?
Yes. Had no voice. I was like, ooh, all right. And then I think I did John Legend.
Let me think. Ordinary People.
Ordinary People. Yeah. I didn't even have voice for that one. But people enjoyed it. Like my sister, she did, they got the company, you know who the company is, dot. I'm gonna put an extra dot on there so people can't guess. Has talent. So she won that the year before. So it was just really just a talent show. You do whatever you want. But she went up there and she sung. So this year, that final night that we were there, they had another one. Okay. But it was just all just karaoke. Okay. So and then they didn't have a winner or anything like that. They just did a raffle. So my sister, she came in, and that last night what they told her was, oh, since you were the winner, you're going to open it up. And she was like, what? I'm not prepared for that and stuff.
They didn't ask if you was prepared.
Nah.
They said.
I was trying to tell the host, I was like, oh, nah, she said since she's the winner, she wants to go into the middle. They was like, oh, nah, do this. Well, my sister would tell them. I'm like, nah, she's not ready and stuff. So, but, and she was up there every night anyway. So she did like a couple of Tony Braxton songs. She did Unbreak My Heart.
Never make me hate Tony.
Yeah, you just don't know who she is. Well, you don't know who Jesse Powell is.
I know. I'm just like, I know who she is.
R.I.P. Jesse Powell. But for the actual show, she did Anita Baker.
Sweet Love?
Sweet Love. She did Sweet Love. I did Never Make a Promise.
Okay.
And then it was like a whole bunch of other songs that were in there. So I mean, it was overall it was a good time. Definitely ate a whole lot with the buffet.
Can't get enough.
Close to like fucking Luther. It's never too much. Who can't get enough? J. Cole did it, can't get enough.
Yo. Yeah.
Well, Luther couldn't get enough at a certain point in his life too.
Yeah, that's why I thought you was going with it. I thought you was talking about Big Luther, Little Luther.
Both. And Big Oprah and Little Oprah. Let me shut up before she hear this and she shut down our entire world. You got enough money, you can do that shit. But I ate a whole lot. So now I think I'm at like 260 something. Before I left, I think I was like 250s, maybe upper 240s.
Time to go through that breakup.
Yeah. Yep.
Check out episode 77.
Yep. So I did that, or 76.
77.
Was it 77?
Is the live? Yeah. I think.
It was live?
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. It is what it is. It was it was 76.
Maybe.
Because I had the hat on.
We're here now.
Texas hat on. But yeah, did that. We got back. Overall, it was good. I think we were supposed to go to an island in the Caribbean. But when we got to that island, I forgot which one it is. It had all the amenities and stuff like that. The slides, the swimming with the pigs, the scuba diving, jet skis. But when we got close enough, they were saying the waves were too rough, so we couldn't actually do that. So everybody was all upset.
Damn.
But what ended up happening is, so the CEO of the company they worked for used to be the CEO of the cruise line that we took. So he had connections. Okay, what port is open and where can we go?
Okay.
So he was like, "Oh, well, no, you're upset that you couldn't do this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go to fuck. Another island. And,
somewhere.
Yeah. So we get there, but we got there at like 6 o'clock their time. And 6 o'clock their time, everything shut down. So
what the fuck?
Unless you wanted to go like out into the city. So they said, all right, y'all got from 6 to I think it was like 2 o'clock. To get back to the ship. I'm like, we weren't trying to chance it because knowing us will be out there.
Knowing you, it's really you.
I wasn't gonna go crazy and stuff because especially if I'm in a city that I don't know like that, I gotta, you take one turn around the corner.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you naked in your drawers and not on purpose.
You naked in your drawers.
Well, I guess that's not naked. You down to your drawers, and it's not on purpose. Or you might be naked, depending on the robber.
Depending on where you at.
That you ready to.
Where you at?
They might be asking for the sweet love. So I mean, we did like the little touristy Nassau. That's where we were, Nassau.
Okay.
And stuff, but we didn't leave the immediate.
You should have told me. I got a really good restaurant out there in Nassau.
Depends on if it was going to be open or if it was close enough to the port.
It would have been open. It's right on the port.
What was the name of it?
I can't tell you the name. I know exactly where it is. Something Frog. I know exactly where it is. I can't tell you the name though.
Okay. And stuff. So as soon as we got up there, everybody's asking, you need a taxi? You need a taxi? They was trying to take us to Atlantis, the casino out there and stuff. We was like, oh, no, we good. And stuff. So we just did some stuff. Went to a couple of shops, picked up some stuff. They have a they have a bottle opener that's like a wooden penis. And it's like that. And I was like, okay, all right. They have some seasoning. It's called something dick.
What is the infatuation here?
It was like all that stuff and stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. We got a beer. I stopped by one of the tourist shops and said, okay, what's the beer that y'all drink out here? And they gave us that. And I was like, all right, cool. Killed that. I was like, I just don't do nothing for me. I've been drinking alcohol all weekend.
I won.
And then got back on the ship. We didn't leave until probably about 6 in the morning. Okay. But I was already asleep at that point. So get back. Last day we just spent it at sea, and then we get back. I go to the airport. We're overbooked, obviously, for the flight, so they're trying to get people to take a later flight. And I'm like, not me. They were offering, I think it was like $1,000 worth of
me. Sign me up.
No, I was not spending
sign me up.
Another fucking minute.
Just make accommodations for me. But sign me up.
But I think the next flight was going to be to like 5 o'clock.
I'm okay.
My flight was at 10
a.m.
Yeah.
And the next flight was 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Sign me up.
I don't travel enough for that, and I don't have those privileges that you have.
I'll be in a lounge. I'll be in a lounge.
So I got back to Dallas. Got an adjustment as soon as I got back because my back was fucked.
Traveling will do that.
And then that next day I had to go back to work.
We actually overlapped. For a very short time. Because you ported out of Miami and I was actually in West Palm Beach. So I landed in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
But I wasn't too far from MIA. But I think you landed, you ported like close to around the time that I landed in FLL. Okay.
Yeah, you were out there. Then I got back, and then it was all work. I had a lot to catch up on. A lot of outside organizations that was doing stuff while I was going that I had to catch up on. And then the next week was probably just work, checking my hands and stuff, which has been cool. You think that I thought of an idea of letting the you call it do my swipes.
The shot callers?
Yeah.
Oh.
The shot callers. I say what call you call it? The shot callers do my swipes.
Hey, I think that would be dope. If y'all invested in X Love Life, let us know, because I think that would be dope.
Yeah, y'all, knowing them, they fuck all that shit up. I was like, what the fuck? Y'all got me out here with?
Well, that was 1 week. So before we enter into the next week, I'll talk about what I was while we overlapped in Florida.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
damn, I was talking for a minute.
Hey, I'm with it. I did go out to West Palm Beach to visit. Shout out to Kyle.
Thank you.
Fuck that up. Shout out to Kyle and baby girl Kylie. They are in West Palm Beach now because baby girl had to endure a surgery that ended up, having them out there for a little longer than they expected. Matter of fact, shout out to the whole Edwards family.
Shout out to you.
Kyle, first of all, Kyle is that's one of our brothers, man. An avid fan of the show, shot caller, checks in with us all the time. When I tell you this is one of the strongest guys I know, I say if I was to base being a husband and a father off of the people around me, like the gentlemen around me that I look up to in those aspects, it would definitely
would be none of them.
It would definitely be Kyle and V.
Gotcha.
Because both of them, man, those are two brothers that I think are Superman. And Kyle right now, man, I think he gets Super Dad of the Year. Because when I got there, man, I thought that baby girl was gonna be basically in the hospital. And that he was gonna be going back and forth to the hospital. That's not at all what the case is.
Okay.
Baby girl went through the surgery and spent like a couple of days in the hospital.
Okay.
The rest of the time has been Kyle,
daddy and me time.
The entire time.
Okay.
And I mean, like, responsible for every single, and at the time right now, she's pretty immobile. So it's literally like 23 hours of the day he has to make sure that everything, because she has PT for 1 hour.
Okay.
So the other 23, he's doing basically all of it. And then shout out to his wife, shout out to light skin Keisha, not the real light skin Keisha, but that's what we call her.
The actual light skin Keisha. Is actually light skin.
But shout out to Keisha too, because they are out there and
my therapist.
Therapist. She's here with the twin. They also have twins. She's here with the twins, holding it down on this front. So I mean, all around, man, my heart goes out to that family. Love y'all. And anything that we can do, we here for you. But that goes back to what we was talking about. I think we was talking about it either last show or the show before about, man, it's a lot of people that are out here, a lot of people that and this is in everybody's circle, right? It's a lot of people that that are out here that are dealing with things, that are going through things. You never see them complain. You never see them, like, they're the strong friend, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying, man, check on your strong friends, because you never know what somebody has really going through, what they're really going through.
Don't start.
No.
What's strong here?
But no, check on your strong friends, man. Because just because they look like they have it all, they have everything going for them, they have everything figured out. Life can throw you a curveball at any moment.
Yeah.
And you could be staring down the barrel of a situation that you've never encountered, that you never thought you would encounter, that nobody else around you has encountered. So just, check on your people, man. Like I said, I got a lot of love for them. And going out there, bro, it was one of those trips, like, it was a feel good moment for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing that I could be there in a time of need, and a time that I feel like the people around me actually needed it. Because I feel like, man, we enjoyed the entire time. Funny enough, because you know this, I usually visit South Florida a few times a year. Like I love anybody that knows me outside of this knows that I love the beach. I love being on the water, all the activities.
These colonies and all that shit. Yeah.
This was the first time that I've been to South Florida. When I tell you, I didn't take any beach attire. I didn't have none of that shit. Like I was literally out there just to kick it, show my support and just have a good time, bro.
You was in Fort Lauderdale, or
I was in West Palm. I was in West Palm Beach,
okay.
But I landed in Fort Lauderdale, and all of that is an hour away from the coast, like because West Palm Beach, it's a beach up there, it's a beach in Fort Lauderdale, it's a beach in Miami, so I'm usually in South Florida, like I said, a few times a year, but this was literally one of the only times that I've been there and was like, I'm not here for the beach.
Yeah.
But it was a good time, man. Shout out to them. Glad that everything is going as it's supposed to go. And they're just, as a family, man, they're just an adaptable family. And sometimes that's what you gotta be. Like sometimes, things don't go exactly.
Shout out to Kayla too. It's Keisha's sister.
Bye. I had to put two and two together. Shout out to y'all. Good trip. That was a good trip. When you got back, you one of our dear friends, another shot caller that's been going through a bit of a transition. Shout out to Celeste. It was her birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Les.
Happy birthday, last day.
How was the party?
Party was cool. So it was downtown. She's lucky that I love her. Yes.
Shit.
It was more. I say it was more Deep Ellum.
I wish I would have known because I actually would have stopped there.
You should have. I told you stop by.
I didn't know it was. Yeah, that's another. We'll talk about that later.
But it was at a apartment building that one of her friends stayed at.
Okay.
They had a penthouse, so
they got money. It was a rental?
No. Well, they rent. It was not a penthouse. It was clubhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clubhouse in there.
Two different brackets.
Their high rise building. Yeah. We got you. Necessary.
We got you.
So she's lucky that I love her because the building only had it was a parking lot that was probably a little bit further that you could have just got pay for your parking.
You could have just parked at the. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
That was too far for me to be parking.
We'll talk about it
later. But yeah, valet parking. Want to take a guess how much it was?
How much was it?
$46.
$40.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hell no.
It was there. I was like, all right.
That's your birthday gift.
Yeah.
Even if I bought you a gift card.
That shit is coming back to me.
I was going to the valet.
So yeah. We did that. I think the AC kicked in.
Yeah. That came on.
Like boom. Like the Kool-Aid man to it. Oh yeah. So we did that. I'm gonna have a hell of a time trying to get that out. Went in there, went up to the clubhouse and stuff. So they had a just a little portable speaker. So I felt like they thought they were gonna be the only ones there. So they're having a good time and stuff. It was BYOB, so I came in there, my cognac and stuff like that. It's like, all right, let me just sip, just chill. It's people that I don't know like that, you know what I'm saying? But you know me, regardless of what it is, I'm more to myself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If I got to speak, then I'll speak. But I don't have to be the life of the party or anything like that. So I'm just sit back and enjoying everything. another group of people come in of the browner hue.
Okay.
And everything's cool. So, Celeste and her party, they're playing their music at a respectable level.
As you should.
The other group comes in with the Coronas and everything like that.
Okay.
With their speaker, and a hamper.
A what?
A hamper.
A hamper?
Yeah, like a clothes hamper.
Okay.
To put the speaker in so they can amplify. So now they're just getting loud and be like, all right, now they can't hear their music. So I'm like, everybody's kind of on her side, like, oh my God, we can't even hear our music and stuff like that. You know, you can share the space and not do too much.
Right.
So I asked her, like, you know, I got a speaker in my car. And you know the speaker that's in my car. If you need me to do that. And she's like, oh, no, it's okay. Like, no, I got you. If you need me, I'm just in there. So go back down to the garage. And I roll that bitch out.
Because it's a roller.
Yeah, this bitch is like, I'd probably say it's about 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
And it rocks. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go in there, come up to the elevator, roll that bitch in. I was like, all right, do what y'all need to do. And I crank that bitch probably about half and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They got that shit going on. Just, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom. It's like
you thought you was doing something.
It's like, all right, now we can do it respectably and do it. And so they shut that down for a good minute and stuff like that. So they calmed down. I think they moved their speaker to the other because it was 2 sides of the room.
Yeah, because you can't even hear that shit now.
Yeah, so they moved to the other one and stuff, and they calmed down and stuff like that. Party dies down, and then they come in there, and then the whole fucking mariachi band gets to going. But at this point in time, I don't give a fuck anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to compete, so y'all can do it, and they doing all the all the calls and shit. About that time, it's time to go home anyway. But it was just good to see her and stuff like that. Just know if you one of my friends, I'll try to hold you down as best as I can. Luckily, I just had some stuff in my car that can help out with that stuff, but don't try to ruin one of my friends' days.
Yeah, because we'll fuck.
Because I'll and stuff. And
we'll end
at a certain point, I thought it was gonna have to get physical. You know, I'm down for the shit, but I was with some people that I didn't know, and then all them left. So I was like, all right, well, shit.
Yeah.
If I got to go out by myself, you know what I'm saying, I'll do that.
I'm in the club.
I am fucked up. I didn't want to make that phone call and be like, hey, yeah, brother, come on through, just in case we got to
shut all this shit down.
Delete
all that shit, Peggy.
But she enjoyed herself. I actually got to meet her ex and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. I see why. Okay, I see why you did all that. And stuff like that and stuff. So I was trying to convince them, like, oh, I think they actually belong together.
We belong together. I'm Mariah.
And I think they're gonna figure it out.
Work it out
when it comes. Met some more of her friends. Met her. Well, I didn't meet her, but I saw her best friend again.
Batty.
Yep, she's definitely Batty on that level. She is in school for engineering.
Batty and smart.
Yeah, she's just bartending just to get through that. I'm like, okay.
Right. At least you're not strictly get the hell out.
Hey.
What would you do if your son was at home?
Mine. If you work out,
not that we
that'll make it up.
We picked 2 different songs.
I went to stripping. You went
that conveyed this.
Sleeping with a man for a little bit of money. I went there.
It conveyed the same. It conveyed the same message. Though.
No, you went to. I'm in a bind, Nate. You went. I went to Ronnie. You went.
Come on, Diamond.
You went to $2. All right. But yeah, it was a good time. I'm glad she enjoyed herself. And it's always good to see your friends make those accomplishments, even if it's just seeing another year in life.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the birthday party. I probably Did you hit her up?
I did.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. If she comes out, then she comes out. If she doesn't, then
you mean tonight? I did.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then it's all fine. I'm gonna do that.
I thought you meant for her birthday.
But yeah, that was the birthday party. I got back home at probably, it's probably like 3:00. That's the problem being the person with the speaker.
Oh yeah, because you gotta stay until the end now.
Yeah, so they did all that and stuff, and I was like, all right, it's cool. So I was probably like, I was looking like an advisor. They was just there just to make sure shit didn't go left. Yeah. But after that, it was a good time. Definitely enjoyed myself, and then got some decent rest.
Okay.
That was Saturday. So Sunday I slept in. But yeah. Do you do anything of significance? This past week.
Other than what we talked about, I will say that I'm sick of fucking adulting. And you would think that
adulting.
Yeah, adulting.
I thought you said dosing. I was like, what are you on?
You would think that we're well into our 30s now, and you would get used to it. I'm sick of fucking spending money,
brother.
Let me tell you. So today alone, I spent way too much money.
Okay.
Because I have an event that I have to attend next week. It's a weekend. It's a basically weekend 3-day event.
That's what you called me for earlier. I said, why the fuck are you talking to me like we don't have a show?
Yeah.
Got you.
And I spent way too much money because I lost a little bit of weight, and now my suits don't fit.
Okay.
And one of my suits my black suit I need to replace anyway. And so I went and got the suit place that I went to. They ended up having a deal, and so I ended up getting two suits. For I want to say for the price of one, but it wasn't for the price of one. I ended up getting two suits, and it ended up running me way too much money. So I wasn't too happy about that. And additionally, I think I've told you, I don't know why, but in my older age, I've gotten into sneakers.
Yeah. Well, bitch, you ain't got to tell me because you send me a fucking picture every time you do it. I say, sit the fuck down, bitch.
And so I've been purchasing a few sneakers lately. And, I will say, I think it was more so... I don't think I was never not into sneakers. I just...
didn't have the means to actually do it?
I didn't have the money to do it.
I understand. I feel like I'm the same way. Well...
Do you feel like in your adulthood you make up for the things that you felt like you lacked as a child? And no shade to the
our
parentals
parents, yeah.
Because I feel like they were doing the best they could with what they had.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I know for me, and we've talked about it for you too. We actually had it on the show that we never got to release because she got fucked up.
Yeah.
But I think both of our parents.
That's gonna be fire. Let me ask you a question. Should we? I think everybody's seen. Well, is that gonna be a video episode or that's gonna be audio? Because
we have to ask them.
Yeah, because if y'all, let me tell you something, motherfuckers say the wrong thing.
Number one. Number two, if you think you're going to tell a black woman what the stipulations of the show is, she going to say, I think the fuck not. Yeah, but no, I think we've talked about it, man. We know that our parents did exactly what they thought was right and the best that they could. But I feel like in my, for instance, like I think I told you, and we talked about it a little earlier about the fair. One of the big things that's always on my list now is that I go to the fair and I ball out. I buy and do whatever the fuck I want to do.
I said I don't even think I've been to the fair. Well, I've been around the fair as an adult. I don't even spend money like that at the fair.
I do now.
The thing, you know what it is? I don't feel like buying tickets like that. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's just like an extra step. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know exactly if I'm going to use all those tickets, and I don't want to have just extra tickets just laying around.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way.
Well, shit, you probably. Well, let me shut up. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but I said all that to say, man, I got into sneakers as an older person.
I think you found your favorite sneaker.
No.
Your favorite type.
Because no.
I think those are your favorite type of
these?
sneakers. Yes.
No, I have 3 pair of these, but I also have 3 to 4 pair of the same type of shoe too, and we'll talk about that when we get, because I'm not gonna get into no promo. But they're a number shoe that I have quite a bit of,
I'm not gonna give you that one.
And as of today, I bought. I shouldn't even say this on camera. As of today, I bought 3 pair of another number sneaker.
Okay, so yeah, bitch, you try to lead with the suit, bitch, but no. I guarantee you, the store that you went to, you got those for the price of 3 suits.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Did you get you got them tailored?
Yeah, the suits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
well,
so
because I mean, like at this point, I have to I mean, first of all, as a grown man, let me tell you, gentlemen.
Let me give you my
Don't buy a suit.
Let me give you my tailor. My suit. My suit maker.
You talking about spending some money?
You know what I'm saying? You give up on them shoes. Just like what I'm saying, you spent more on your shoes than I did my suit with those 3 pairs.
Potentially. But I will say, gentlemen, make sure you tailor your suits because we should not be out here without tailored suits. And
I'm not gonna say that to you.
And cut them strings on the backside.
Because I'll go out there with a Steve Harvey in a minute and not give a fuck.
You still gotta get them hoes tailored.
Maybe a little long. I got boot. When I had the show for Old Boy, I got them bootstraps.
Yeah, but yeah,
get a good roll up, good hem.
But I say that I'm tired of adulting. But I'm also tired of the price of shit, which takes us into our next few topics.
Yeah.
Shit about to get real out here,
man. On everything,
bruh. Cause if y'all cannot tell, on this podcast we drink a lot of liquor.
Yeah. From all over the place.
All over the place. And we might have to start tailoring exactly what we drink because
I may be switching back from cognac back to brandy.
This current administration is fucking us up,
man.
First of all, I drink a few Canadian whiskeys.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have
you drink an Irish whiskey.
I drink
they specifically said something over there.
I drink the fact that we have a problem with Canada. Who the fuck has a problem with Canada?
Hey man.
Canada don't have any.
Don't bother anybody. Well, no, take it back. What you call it? California has a problem with Canada.
Outside of Canada.
And that shit took all of 24 and it's still going. Canada, get over the shit, y'all. Listen to what y'all want to fuck. Y'all want to listen
seriously. To. Canada don't have beef with nobody.
Yeah.
And as long as we've had an upstanding relationship with them, I just don't understand how now.
Well, I mean, somebody signed a agreement with them, and then
that they forgot that they
4
signed.
years. They said whoever signed that
was a fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot. It was the worst.
I agree that person was a fucking idiot.
It was the worst agreement anybody would sign.
Agreed.
Why the fuck would they do that?
Agreed that person was a fucking idiot.
So it is what it is. let me not get too deep into politics.
Right. Well, speaking of, because we got to stay on it for just a second. There was a budget that
we'll talk later. I was about to ask you. Speaking of supporters,
we'll talk later. There was a budget that got passed, bruh. When I tell you, let me tell you. And we talked about it, and I've posted a short on it. Y'all, I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you do. I do care because sometimes if it
affects you,
listen, depending on how you roll, I'm just understand that I'm not gonna let you get away with not being accountable for your actions.
Got you.
Okay. So you can believe and you can follow what you want to follow. Just understand that I personally am gonna be the person that's gonna hold you accountable for.
You know, I told you so.
I'm very much an I told you so person. I give a fuck.
Whoopsie.
Give a fuck what you feel about it. I am very much so an I told you so person.
I just figured out a sound that I need on my board. Message.
And let's jump across the aisle too, because I feel like there's a certain group of people that are weak as fuck, and don't think that you can't get canceled too.
Yeah,
if you ain't doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing.
The thing is, I can't. Prior to, I can say a whole lot. They're not as vocal as they need to be. We talking about Democrat. Right now, they really, I mean, they can make a fuss, but they really can't do shit because.
No, I can't give you that because on this budget pass, they could have done a lot more. Now,
can they?
Yes, because you could have voted a certain way across the aisle, and you could have stopped something from being passed. Now, would it have sent the government into limbo, and would it have caused a shutdown? Yes, but
I didn't even know they had enough votes to
they
do
did.
it.
Definitely did. But at this
did
point,
somebody from the other side vote?
It wasn't. It was you had
so
to.
So it like directly split.
No, it was split enough to where if all of this side voted the way that they should have voted, it would have caused everything to be stagnant. But here's the thing.
Ooh. Go ahead, finish.
It would have been a shutdown, but they're responsible for that shutdown. You can't say, "Oh well, the government needs to keep going, and we need to keep doing this." Why? Because they not playing fair, and they don't give a fuck about what you got going on the other side of the aisle.
But let me ask you this: would that give free range to Top Dog to do whatever the fuck you want to do?
No, because he's already taking losses. I don't know.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of those. And old boy got to go to court a couple of times.
If you following the courts, follow the courts. If I can't tell y'all anything else, if you are in this political world, two things: follow the money and follow the courts. Because ain't neither one of them. They can spew out all the propaganda that they want to spew out. But there's only so much that can get into the court system, and there's only so much that money can cover up. Once you follow both of those, you figure out exactly where people stand, because you can say what you want to say. I can say what I want to say on this podcast. But when we have those committee meetings and those hearings, that shit is under oath.
Yeah.
So
well, shit, some people still out underneath that motherfucker. No. And depending on
people do.
Who's the judge, you might get away with the shit.
Yeah, but you can't tell. Don't tell no fuck ass lie.
Shit.
But I'm just saying, follow. Like, you can believe what you want to believe, but when it comes to that type of shit, man, make sure, because I've seen so many people have opinions without actually watch. Like, I actually go back and watch hearings.
Okay, so let me. Okay, so are you watching? Have you become more active into politics now? Because I know
more active. I will say yes, but I won't say that. So this is not the first time. Like most people are just now tuning in to politics.
Because I know when we would set up dockets earlier, you'd be like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to do that and stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm not watching that. But I just
and I'm still that to a certain extent. But the reason I feel that it's necessary is because I feel like you have so many people now that are spewing misinformation that they just repost, and they're so much information that you can just fucking Google.
Yeah.
Your search engines, and I didn't mean to give a shout out to Google right there, but your search engines can tell
we
you.
on their platform right now.
Regardless. They can tell you anything that you need to know about.
Yeah, you can find exactly what you're looking for.
But the issue is that people follow these pages and people follow stuff on social media, and they be like, "Oh, well, I get my information from such and such platform," and it's like, okay, well, this platform is far left or this platform is far right. Like these issues are bipartisan issues, and the government is supposed to work.
Sorry, I did not mean to do that. I might sound like a fat ass.
The government is supposed to work in a bipartisan way, right? We're supposed to meet in the middle at some point in time. There shouldn't be any. We shouldn't be passing anything that's far left, and we shouldn't be passing anything that's far right. We should be meeting in the middle, and we should be saying that, okay, this is a compromise. This is what we feel like we can compromise. We can meet in the middle ground on, and then this is what we should pass.
Yeah. Or even if you do something far right, there needs to be something far left that's kind of balances things out.
And so I will say that we are in a heightened sense as far as figuring out everything because we're getting flooded with information. Like we're having an information overload right now. And so I will say that I think this time, just in general, this time as a country has us more locked in than we've ever been in the past. But at the same time, for me, like, and you know this because we've done, not on this platform, but I've done shows before this particular administration that has talked about what happens in the political world. Like this isn't new for me. You know what I'm saying? So I've been paying attention to this for a while, and I will say this about the situation: like, make sure that you are informed. And we talked about this this was one of the shorts that we posted on our YouTube. We talked about this before now. Like,
I'm listening to you, my brother.
I got you. Make sure that you are fact checking. Make sure that you are just, make sure that you are, actually using your search engines for the shit that you about to repost. Like, don't blindly repost anything.
Yeah.
Because I know the stance that I have, and even when I see things come out from those platforms or those specific social media accounts that I follow as well, I make sure I run them through the search engine. I make sure that I run them through and actually check on, okay, is this valid? Is this true? Are these facts?
Is this a source that's far right? Is this a source that's far left?
So I mean, that's all I ask. Like, you can believe in what you believe in. You can support what you want to support. But at the end of the day, like, make sure that you're not out here being willfully ignorant. Because what I've learned in this climate,
like that.
What I've learned in this climate right now is that there are people that are willfully ignorant.
Yeah, I see that a lot with white men with Angel Reese.
It's a lot of different things, and it goes into our next topic. Like, people are willfully, like, if you are willfully ignorant, man, we can't even have a conversation. Like, if you want to willingly just acknowledge what you want to acknowledge and you don't want to hear anything from the other side. That's to me that you're being willfully ignorant. You're saying that I don't care what the facts are. I don't care what the stats are. I don't care about none of that shit. We about to talk about it. I feel the way I feel, and there's nothing that you can say about it that's gonna make me feel different. That's being willfully ignorant.
Yeah. You just ignoring it and pretending like you don't.
And if you're gonna be willfully ignorant, there's no room for growth.
Nah, it's not a good faith conversation if you're not willing to hear what it is and change it. I don't even want to say change your mind, but be acceptable of other facts that's presented, and it's just gonna be hard staunch what you think it is. And I mean, there's no use of even wasting the time.
Speaking of being a hard staunch, somebody just passed.
You say a hard staunch.
Because when we talk about this subject, there are people that.
Oh, okay.
There are people that.
You looked at me like.
No. I wasn't talking.
I
about
gave
you.
a fuck.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about there are people that have such a hard stance on this that they're not willing to budge on it.
Depends on what you say. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know how I feel about it.
You know how I feel about it.
King James just hit 50K in the sports world.
He's dead.
Okay. LeBron James.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Number 23, number 6, whichever one you want to go with. Just hit 50K. In the first ever in the NBA.
Okay.
What's your take on it?
I was
50K. When we say 50K, that means 50,000 points for those who have been living under a rock or have not been tuned in to the National Basketball Association. He is now the first ever to hit 50,000 points.
Yeah. Okay. This is where I'm going to be. I'm not going.
He the GOAT, and I don't want to hear shit else.
Anyways, I ain't put my tattoo in there. Yeah, nah. I probably did at multiple points in time.
Probably.
So I don't know if we're gonna touch on that last subject.
I don't even think we're gonna get to it, but we can talk about it later.
But definitely congratulations to him. That is something very honorable. Even if you say it's a longevity.
Which it is, but I think that should be I think that should be counted in.
Yeah, it's definitely something to be applauded. Motherfucker's not that much older than me.
No.
Like I remember in
he's
high school.
He's close to our age.
Like high school, watching him and getting the Hummer and everything like that. There's a whole speculation around that stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like 4, 5 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
5.
Is he 5?
5. He's 5. Yeah, 5.
Okay, yeah, 5 years older than me. So I mean, that's crazy. And even thinking of, let me tell you something, brother. When I went on the cruise, they had a basketball court at the back of the ship. I was shooting free throws, a couple of jump shots,
airball,
and layups. I wasn't that bad. I had a couple of them.
Okay,
but not even a day after.
Fuck.
My shit was sore as fuck. That's why I mean it's crazy that people like get online, they start talking shit about professional athletes, because especially if you haven't done this shit in forever,
or have never done this shit.
I've never done it. It's easy to
shout out to Steve Naismith.
Man, LeBron got his ass, huh?
Did
as a daddy.
Okay, let's talk. We'll come back to the GOAT. Let's talk about. Tried. Let's talk about let's talk about how he responded. How he responded as Bron versus Stephen A. over Bronny. What do you feel about it?
So as an NBA player, you can be criticized, but I didn't even see what initially set it off, because I saw another clip from courtside where LeBron was talking to Richard Jefferson. Mm-hmm. And it was more personal. Like he felt like it was more personal than everything else.
I think it was Brian put a Will Smith moment. He was like, keep Bronny's name out your mother.
Hey man, as a man, he pulled up on him. I mean, you can't necessarily do anything at that venue.
Yeah, you could.
But I mean, yeah. But he said it.
If you about that life.
Stephen A. done pulled up on a couple people too. And I'm not the greatest.
Somebody has said that you pull up on the right person.
Yeah. You shut all this shit down.
You know who you can.
Like, all right, you got it. You're right. You're right, my brother. I'm not a father, but as a father, I can understand it. Especially if you feel like you've been hypercritical of your child, and even to a standard of an athlete. Somebody that was drafted, I think he was like 55th overall, but there's picks above him that are struggling even more that you don't say anything about. But since it's my son, I mean, he's got the name attached to it, and you can. I would say this. I don't think Jordan would have reacted that way. He didn't react that way.
Well, Jordan's son's a cocaine, so
one of them is. Somewhat. No, it wasn't cocaine. It was something else. It was something else.
Anywho.
No, that was Marcus.
Love your shoes.
That was Marcus.
I'm a shoe fan.
But I think did you know it's a story like that one of his sons tells that they were in the living room just playing like miniature basketball, and Michael Jordan like crossed his son up that he fell through a glass table and had no mercy.
I can believe it. I mean, that sounds like
he's like very competitive. I give no fucks.
I can believe it,
and I took it personally.
I can believe it.
But I mean, as a father, I feel like I would feel the same way. I'm saying that with no kids that I know about that I don't have.
I mean, I can get it, right? But at the same time, and don't get me wrong, because I feel like LeBron is the GOAT. And I feel like first of all, the fact that you have the longevity to play in a league that your son is in, and
that's crazy.
Potentially allegedly be the reason that your son was drafted.
Well, there's no alleged about it.
I mean, alleged.
It was definitely because the college stats wasn't nothing.
They was not
to go crazy.
They was not. I can agree with that. But here's the thing.
Shout out to LeVar Ball too. Yeah. He just got his leg amputated not too long ago.
I ain't know shit about that.
He's like he's on my father Mount Rushmore.
I feel you
for what he did from his kids and his wife.
Let me tell you, Brian got to be on the same.
Yeah.
But I will say, I say this. This goes back to like even in the music industry, in any kind of entertainment industry. I feel like when you know that you are entering in that industry, you can't really. That's just like saying we put a podcast out there for the world to see, right? And no matter if it's where it's at right now, if it blows up and it becomes, something way more than what it is now, we're putting ourselves out there to accept criticism. Now, you do what you will and what you want with that criticism, and you react how you want to react to it. But at the end of the day, you're putting your shit out there in the general public to say, okay, I can be criticized on this. So, I mean, I can't really support him trying to strong arm people in the industry.
Yeah.
Because of the way that they may feel about, the talent of his son. Like at the end of the day, you got to understand that comes with the territory. Like I'm not saying it's a catch-22, right? Because you damned if you do, right? Because you damned if you do in saying that I'm gonna take up my son. This is my son. You ain't got no right to talk about him. Because at the end of the day, y'all did put you're arguably the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand that comes with, and not to mention that your son is he's on the main stage, right? He's on the major platform. So you can't say that, oh, I've watched this sport for this amount of years and allowed everybody else to critique it, and then, oh, my son is off limits. Like, you can't say that. But then on the other hand of things, you can't say that, oh, I'm not gonna take up for my son. So I mean, it's a catch-22, right? Like, you're damned either way.
Yeah.
I just feel like I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get the fact that, and some of it is like Bronny is gonna get some of the criticism because of who his daddy is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, we can look at stats and we can look at, you know, history, and we can look at collegiate stats, and we can say that, I mean, you know, you are kind of living on that legacy. So either way, I just think that you can't, you know, I think he's in a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
I think he's in a lose, you know, like I said, if he takes up for him, he's in a lose, saying that, oh, you in this league, you know, he's in this league. Nobody's exempt from correction or from criticism. But I can also see it from the other side of saying, hey, you know, at the end of the day, that's your son, and you still playing, and you still have the platform. You need to take up for your son. So I can see it either way.
Hey, I can't disagree with that. I mean, I'd probably be somewhere along the same lines.
Yeah, because you got
if I was
me fucked up.
Beside. Dot you in your motherfucking eye.
Yeah. We got another matter of fact, you know, we can actually hold that next subject into episode 79, because I feel like it continues to unravel. And I feel like we're getting new information every single day. So
we can bring some people in, some different takes.
Yeah, so yeah, we could. So that particular subject we can wait on. We do have a top 3 for y'all for this week, and we kind of talked about a few things earlier that alluded to this. So top 3 male R&B groups.
And what we decided we were doing, it was just,
I'm going to do a group from 3 different generations.
Okay, and these are your favorite groups from, or
it's not necessarily
the most influential or the greatest?
It's not. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's necessarily my favorite group from these 3 generations. I'm just gonna say that when it comes to my playlist, I will say all 3 of these groups get played on my playlist.
I will say I'll do the same thing, but it's not gonna be from each era or generation.
Well, I can't say that either, because you could argue that 2 of mine are the same generation. But we'll just go.
Okay.
Give me one.
All right, number 1.
Okay.
My most influential.
Don't take mine.
The largest, the one that gets the most play in my ride. Drew Hill.
You mother.
You already knew what it's gonna be. They got one of my favorite albums. My most favorite album. Well, my most favorite album. Into the Drew is one of my favorite R&B album.
Drew Hill was definitely on my. I'm gonna take them off my list only because you put them on your list.
Even if you put another group on my on your list, it's still gonna be on my list.
I hope my next one is not on. I shouldn't have I fucked up by letting you go first. That's what.
I still was gonna say Drew Hill.
No, I get it. Just know that Drew Hill was on my list as well, because "Beauty" is one of my favorite songs.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna go ahead and take them off my list, and I'll put a different group in that. I'll plug a different group in that genre or that era.
I think I know who you're gonna go with.
You probably do. But I'll do mine in order of era. So my oldest era, I will go with Mint Condition.
Ooh.
That's who I'm gonna go with for my oldest era.
You threw me off with that one.
I knew I did.
Because I don't even think I put them in consideration because I mean, technically they are an R&B group.
Yeah,
but they're be more like R&B band almost.
Yeah,
because they got everything going. Yeah. Okay, I can't argue with that. All right, that's good.
Give me your number
2. Number 2. Probably one of my second favorites.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
You probably will punch me in the face because you probably know what I'm gonna say. Second favorite from R&B group, Jagged Edge.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but I know who's on your list. Look, they wouldn't be on my list, but I know. Go ahead with your number 2. I know who you're gonna say.
Who is my number 2? I'm glad that because Jagged Edge was gonna be my backup if you had to pick my number 2.
It's the S, the L, the I.
You already fucking know. You fucking know. 112 is definitely gonna be on that list.
I thought that was the first group that you were gonna go with.
That was the first group I was gonna go with. Dru Hill. So that's whole completely separate era. My second one is definitely gonna be 112.
Okay.
Because anywhere, all day, every day.
Male group. I would say this. Okay. This one's gonna go a little bit back further. My number 3 is going to be High Five.
I like that decision. I really like that decision. I like that decision. I was going from older to newer. High Five is definitely back in the. You got to reach back in your bag for that one. But I fuck with it. I'm with the High Five. My third one, I'm gonna couple.
Hold on. What time era is it in? Because I don't know if you go.
Mine?
Are you going?
I'm coming
older to newer.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So that's why I went mint condition, and then I went 112.
I thought you was gonna try to go like Temptations.
Oh no. Honorable mention because let me tell you, it was they was. Let me tell you, Coke aside.
Oh my God. Only like one of them was on Coke. Coke.
Ain't nobody come see you, Otis.
I don't think that. Otis too old.
Not Otis. I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, that's the one that was on everything.
He wasn't the only one. Well, he might have been the only one on Coke, but
and the other one is like alcohol.
Yeah, I mean they had problems.
This is mine. You can't take it.
They had problems.
As slow as I know, I gotta love if I can't make it. For once I can feel.
They had problems.
Somebody's at my bleed.
He was sweating like a motherfucker. He was in that house sweating like a motherfucker.
That's how I be at karaoke.
No, I'm gonna bring mine into the 2000s. Damn. And you know where I'm going with this.
B2K.
Negative. Fuck no.
I'm trying to think.
I'm going to go Making the Band.
Okay. You know
and
what?
they just came back out. Actually, they just released an album. I'm gonna go Day 26.
Okay. They just did an interview too with Vlad, where was it? Is it cute?
It was
the light skinned one.
Probably.
He was crying because he's like schizophrenic now, bipolar and all that stuff from all the shit he was dealing with.
I mean, if you go back and watch, if you go back and watch, man, the shit that they went through between them and Danity Kane, like both of them was experiencing fucking issues, man. But yeah, and like I said, this is.
Don't you wish your podcast was hot like this?
That's the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh, is it? Oh, who's Danity Kane? That was associated with Diddy too, right?
Yeah, Danity Kane was, but that was not a Danity Kane song.
No, I'm talking about Pussycat Dolls.
No.
Nicole Scherzinger, she dated Diddy. What did Danity Kane have? Shit, what was their biggest song?
Their biggest song was
fuck. I'm gonna Google it right now.
Yeah.
Y'all probably yelling at me at the in the comments.
I know one of their Showstopper was
Don't stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
But I know them. I think I know the most for Damaged.
Damaged.
Yeah.
Damaged.
But yeah, like I said, these aren't necessarily my.
That motherfucker know how to put a group together and make music.
He know how to put some order. No.
Glistening all over your body.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Like I said, those are not necessarily my favorites. Those are definitely groups that get played on my playlist. Y'all let us know in the comments. A few things. Mm-hmm. Number one, y'all let us know y'all top 3 in the comments. We want to know every single show what your top 3 is. Also, social media accounts, because we always do our platforms, but we don't necessarily talk about our social media accounts. Please follow us on Instagram at the 2 Cent Podcast. Mm-hmm. We are also on Fanbase. That's a new app. Please, y'all make sure y'all go check out Fanbase.
If y'all got some coins, go ahead and invest in it too. I think you can get a couple of $100
black owned
dollars of stock for like $300 or some dollars.
That's a black owned.
Black owned platform from Isaac Hayes the third.
Yeah. Make sure y'all go check out Fanbase. Follow us on Instagram. We are also getting our TikTok off the ground. All of these are at the 2 Cent Podcast. I'm working on it. Also, please make sure that you are subscribed. We are on YouTube. Please make sure you are subscribed. We got our following going. But we do want to hear from y'all, man. We want to know that you are out there. We want to know that you are rocking with us. So please make sure that you are commenting and subscribing on all of these platforms. If you have been following us on YouTube or Instagram, we have been posting shorts. So please let us know if you like them. You can also hit us up in the DM section. We will, if you want us. I said it on last show, maybe the last 2 shows. If you want to see us drink something, we will make that drink. I will make that drink. Also, if you want to,
in the United States.
No, seriously, we getting texted there. Well, I will make the drink. It just depends on what I will put in the drink. Whatever the drink calls for, I will make it. But depending on these prices, we'll see. But also, if you want to hear a specific topic from us, definitely reach out to us. We have a lot of different content that we're about to start bringing y'all. It's not just going to be podcast stuff. It will be our reaction to stuff. It will be us hanging out at events. So we're going to give y'all like a few different layers of the podcast and just how we interact, what we got going on a regular basis. So if you want to see any of that, be sure to hit us up in our comment section. You got anything, brother?
Nah, man. I just appreciate y'all rocking with us. All 2 of y'all.
I'll treat y'all.
Yeah, just like, share, comment, subscribe, all that shit that we said at the beginning of the podcast. It goes a long way. And giving us motivation. Well, giving me motivation. Dub doesn't care. He'll be over here still trying to do the show.
Still beating your damn drum.
Me, I'm like, all right, what the fuck are we doing this for? But nah, honestly, man, every like, every comment, every share is truly appreciated. Y'all actually got a little bit longer of a show. Looking at the clock over here, I'm like, damn, we was going for a minute.
We was going, and we didn't even touch it. All of our subjects.
Pause. But yeah, man, if y'all heard anything here today, you got any topics for us, just let us know. If y'all are down with the Hinge experience, or if you want to see Dub get on like another app and stuff, you want to swipe for him, find his Snow Bunny Queen, let us know. Just let us know, man. I love y'all. Really don't love y'all, but I appreciate y'all.
At the end of the day, you can agree with us, you can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.